Starke Finance is driving the convergence of DeFi and traditional finance. As tokenization shifts from buzzword to business case, the firm is pioneering institutional solutions designed to build trust and unlock scalable growth for digital assets in global markets. I'm here today with Oscar, CEO and founder of Starke Finance. Hi, Oscar.
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
Fabulous. No, I'm doing very well. Thank you. We're thrilled to have you today. Oscar, can you tell me more about Starke Finance and the firm's mission in a world where DeFi and TradFi have undeniably converged?
Yeah, indeed. We are living exciting times. Everyone is moving forward regards tokenization or even asset managers that are actually tokenizing their assets, right? And we are seeing as well basically a lot of movement in the area. And at the Starke Finance, we anticipated this. And we are basically enabling the capability from the infrastructure perspective in order to enable fund managers to tokenize natively on chain their portfolio strategies, right? On top of that, we are we are creating ourselves an asset manager natively on chain, leveraging our own infrastructure.
Yeah.
So basically, we can also create managed funds completely natively on chain.
Impressive. Well, tokenization, it remains a buzzword, but many projects, they still struggle to earn institutional trust. So what essential elements must be embedded in tokenized products to gain that institutional adoption?
Well, there are several streams there, right? So definitely one of them is regulation. We have seen a strong shift this year. And with regulation, basically is something that we basically need to adapt to, right? So regulation is not our enemy. We need to adapt to, and the technology can actually adapt to that, right? So from the Starke Finance perspective, we have thought as regulation as a baseline. So basically something that we just need to include in our products. And I think that this is something that will increase and will increase the confidence on institutions, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And I think that will build that trust as well. So TradFi interest in tokenization, obviously it has surged, but mass adoption, it still remains a bit elusive. What's holding back the shift from pilots to large-scale deployment, and how is Starke closing that gap?
Well, that's a great question, right? So this is something that everyone is wondering, right? From my perspective, I think that this is a trend, right? It's not something that will happen from the night to the day. It's something that we need to actually build continuously, right? Currently, what we are seeing in the market is big players already tokenizing their portfolios. They are started with the simple ones, and like treasuries, like spot ETFs. And in parallel, we are seeing as well a lot of token issuers started to bring more asset quality on chain, right? So I think that we need to move forward with this inertia, keep progressing, keep bringing regulated products, and also decoupling a little bit what crypto and ecosystem of crypto from the technology itself, right? So it's true that the crypto, because of the past, I would say, regulation limitations, somehow evolve in a not so positive branding, right? So institutions are a little bit reluctant, and branding is very sticky, right? So that's why somehow there is some kind of progress that we need to build, right? But we are progressing well, and we have seen the 6 months a lot of progress. Many brands are actually jumping in, and we are going with them.
Yeah. Fantastic. I love your work, and I think that's just going to help build the case across the entire industry, really. So beyond the hype cycles, what is the longer-term vision for tokenization that Starke is building?
Well, that's a great one. We started our vision assuming something, right? So we started our vision assuming that most of assets quality that are existing today will be tokenized, right? So every product that has a value will be tokenized at some point, right? So we anticipated to that, right? And what we are designing there is to basically enable this capability to asset managers, so basically they can build their portfolios on chain. And in the asset management side, we will bring a lot of funds basically on the market, right? We will start with private funds that are the easiest in terms of regulation. We will continue with mutual funds and later on with ETFs, right? ETFs is a challenge because ETFs require that basically blockchain becomes the underlay of public exchanges, right? But this is actually happening already. For example, NASDAQ communicated, I think 1 month ago or 2 months ago, that they are intended to migrate, I will say, to blockchain technology. And I think this will be initially spread, right?
Yeah. I love that. So overall, your vision is really progressing everyone into the future.
That's correct. That's correct. And our vision is that one. And really, right, is focusing on the user itself. Also removing this complexity that the people think that is crypto about. So what I believe is that in the future, people will be using the backend technology, that the blockchain technology, even they don't know it, right? So from the user perspective, they will actually be using trading, and they don't really know how this is working in the background, right? And we are seeing this in other technologies, right? So you are watching a Netflix series, and this is hosted maybe in a data center in Amazon, and you don't really, doesn't matter, right? So we need to think in that way, as an enabler, as a technology, and we want to use the speed and the capabilities that crypto enable to us.
Absolutely. And that's exactly the vision that's going to get people onboarding on a mass adoption scale. So, Oscar, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And just to recap what we heard today, Starke Finance is at the forefront of bringing DeFi and traditional finance together, developing institutional solutions to unlock the potential of tokenized assets. Their focus on trust and scalable adoption highlights the next phase for digital assets in global markets. For more information about Starke Finance, check out their website, starke.finance. And for more news and interviews, head to grafa.com.